Ever wondered why you procrastinate? Why you put off tasks that you know are important? Let's start by acknowledging a universal truth. Procrastination is a common problem that we all grapple with. It's this invisible barrier that seems to pop up between us and the tasks we need to complete. It could be as simple as cleaning your room or as significant as starting a new project at work. Regardless of its size or importance, we all have experienced the pull of procrastination. But what is procrastination? It's essentially the act of delaying or postponing tasks or actions. It's that nagging voice in your head that says, "I'll do it later," or "I'm not in the mood right now." And before you know it, later turns into tomorrow, then next week, then next month, until the task becomes this looming, overwhelming entity that you can't ignore any longer. Now here's the thing. Procrastination isn't just about being lazy or lacking discipline. It's a complex issue deeply rooted in our psychology. It's a battle between the rational part of our brain that knows what needs to be done and the emotional part that seeks immediate gratification and comfort. And it's important to remember that we're not alone in this struggle. Procrastination is a universal phenomenon. It's not exclusive to any particular age group, profession, or culture. From students cramming for exams at the 11th hour to adults pushing off important decisions to the last minute, it's a hurdle we all face. So why is this? Why do we procrastinate even when we know it's against our best interests? Why do we allow this invisible barrier to hold us back from reaching our goals and achieving our dreams? Is it fear? Is it a lack of motivation? Or is it something deeper, rooted in our subconscious? So why do we procrastinate? Let's explore the possibilities. We'll delve into these questions and more as we unravel the reasons behind procrastination and how we can break this cycle. Because understanding the problem is the first step towards overcoming it. So let's embark on this journey together towards a more productive and fulfilling life. Procrastination isn't about laziness. It's more complex than that. This is a common misconception. But in reality, procrastination stems from several psychological factors that influence our behavior and decision-making process. Firstly, let's talk about fear of failure. It's a universal human experience. We've all felt that knot in our stomachs when we're about to embark on something new or challenging. But for some, this fear can become so overwhelming that it leads to complete inaction. The logic is simple yet destructive. You can't fail if you don't start, right? But what we often forget is that you also can't succeed if you don't start. Then there's perfectionism, the relentless pursuit of flawlessness. It's not just about setting high standards. It's about setting such impossibly high standards that they paralyze you. Perfectionists often procrastinate because they fear that their work won't meet the standards they've set for themselves. It's like being trapped in a cycle of wanting to do everything perfectly, but being too afraid to do anything at all. And finally, there's a lack of motivation. Sometimes we just don't feel like doing the task at hand. It could be due to a lack of interest, or maybe the task seems too daunting. When motivation is low, procrastination is often high. It's easy to put things off when we're not excited or passionate about them. These factors, fear of failure, perfectionism, and lack of motivation, often intertwine and feed off each other, creating a powerful force that pushes us towards procrastination. But remember, these are not insurmountable obstacles. They are simply patterns of thought and behavior that can be understood and, with effort, changed. Understanding the reasons behind procrastination is the first step towards overcoming it. So now that we've unraveled these reasons, we can start to address them head-on. And that's exactly what we'll be doing in the next part of this video. So stay tuned because the journey to a more productive you is just beginning. Now that we know why we procrastinate, how do we break this cycle? It's the question we've all asked ourselves at one point or another. And the answer is simple yet challenging, by adopting practical solutions and changing our habits. Let's begin with the most fundamental strategy, breaking down tasks. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when faced with a big project or a long to-do list. That feeling of dread can make procrastination seem like an attractive option. Instead, try breaking down tasks into smaller, more manageable parts. It's like eating an elephant. You can't do it all at once. You do it one bite at a time. When tasks are smaller and less daunting, it's easier to get started. And that's often the hardest part. Next, let's talk about setting concrete goals. The problem with vague goals is that they give us too much wiggle room. If your goal is to get more exercise, it's easy to put it off because it's not clear what more exercise actually means. Instead, set concrete goals. Say, I will walk for 30 minutes after dinner every day. Now that's a goal with clear parameters, making it harder for you to put it off. Creating a conducive environment for productivity is also critical. Your environment can either support your productivity or sabotage it. So, take a look around. Do you have a quiet, comfortable space to work? Are there too many distractions? Maybe it's the constant pinging of your phone, or perhaps it's the clutter on your desk. Whatever it is, identify it and eliminate it. Create an environment that encourages you to focus and get things done. Now let's not forget the importance of taking small steps towards overcoming procrastination. This isn't about making massive overnight changes. It's about taking one small step after another. Maybe today, you focus on breaking down tasks. Tomorrow, you might work on setting more concrete goals. And the day after, perhaps you start creating a more conducive environment. Every small step you take is a victory against procrastination. Finally, remember to be kind to yourself. Overcoming procrastination isn't about beating yourself up every time you slip up. It's about persistence. It's about picking yourself up every time you fall and continuing to move forward. You're human, and you're going to have off days. That's okay. What's important is that you don't let those off days discourage you. Instead, use them as motivation to do better the next day. Remember, overcoming procrastination is a process, not an event. It's a journey that involves trial and error, patience, and persistence. But with these practical strategies in hand, you're well equipped to break the cycle of procrastination and become a more productive version of yourself. Beyond practical solutions, there's another powerful tool in our arsenal, our mindset. A positive mindset is more than just wishful thinking. It's a potent weapon against procrastination. Imagine your mind as a garden. The thoughts you plant and nurture grow and bloom, don't they? Similarly, planting positive thoughts about your tasks and goals can help you approach them with a hopeful, can-do attitude. Instead of viewing tasks as insurmountable mountains, consider them as stepping stones towards your success. Now let's talk about self-belief. It's the unshakable conviction in your capabilities, the confidence that you can conquer any task, no matter how challenging. When you genuinely believe in your abilities, procrastination doesn't stand a chance. Remember, you are the hero of your own story, and heroes don't back down from challenges. They rise to the occasion. Next, let's delve into the power of visualization. Visualization is the act of creating detailed mental pictures of your goals and the steps necessary to achieve them. It's like a rehearsal in your mind. The more vividly you can picture your success, the more real it becomes, and the more motivated you will be to make it happen. Changing our perspective towards tasks can also make a significant difference. Instead of viewing a task as a burden, see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. This shift in perspective can make tasks seem less daunting and more exciting. It's just like changing the lens through which you view the world. And finally, let's not forget the power of positive affirmations. They are potent reminders that you are capable, strong, and ready to tackle anything that comes your way. Repeating them daily can reinforce your self-belief and keep procrastination at bay. To sum it all up, the power of a positive mindset cannot be overstated. It's the fuel that drives motivation and the shield that wards off procrastination. So cultivate a growth mindset, believe in yourself, visualize your success, change your perspective, and affirm your capabilities. Your mindset can be your strongest ally in your battle against procrastination. Overcoming procrastination isn't about becoming a superhuman who never slips up. It's about becoming a better version of yourself. Let's recap the journey we've embarked on today. We've unmasked the invisible barrier of procrastination, dissected its underlying causes, and armed ourselves with practical solutions to break the cycle. We've discovered the transformative power of a positive mindset in conquering procrastination. But remember, knowledge without action is like a key without a lock. It's time to put these strategies into practice, to take charge of your time, and to commence the journey towards a more productive you. It won't always be smooth sailing. There will be days where you might stumble, but remember, it's not about the fall, it's about the rise. So rise, and rise again. Remember, every journey begins with a single step. Take that step today. Subscribe to Online with Teresa for more tips on self-improvement, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. Together we can conquer procrastination.